Alright, so I got another video here on some free eSIM data that you can get for your phones that have eSIM capabilities. So I've done videos on other services like Firsty and InstaBridge, Helium Mobile, for example. This is another one. This one's advertiser based, so similar but also different. I'm going to explain some of the differences here. It's called Kite Mobile, and you can get it via this app here. The installation process is pretty simple. This is an Android phone. It also works for iOS, although I haven't tested it in iOS personally. You basically download this app, and then it'll install an eSIM on your phone, and then that's how you can get data as you're out and about off of Wi-Fi. The installation process is fairly straightforward. You basically install the app. There's no registration required other than it asks for your email address. And then there's no credit card or other personal information required to get the service. And it is 100% free, so there's no fees or anything like that. You don't have to pay for anything, so it is 100% free. And basically, you just follow the prompts, and it'll install the eSIM. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes, depending upon your phone model and how fast your phone is. And then once you have that, you basically enable the eSIM and go into the Kite mobile app. Now, the free data is basically in this app. It's like a browser. It does also work in outside browsers, but it's a lot slower. So I'll just go ahead and show you. Basically, the speed is a lot faster within this app. Now, as I said, it's advertiser supported, and so there will be ads shown to you from time to time. In this browser here, there's basically like things like news. But if you go to the top here and do a web search, for example, it brings up this thing called Start Page, and we'll just show you a speed test. So let's go to fast.com. And we'll do a quick test. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my Wi-Fi off. And yeah, and there we go. We should just be on 5G data. Sometimes it shows up as 4G plus, just depends on where you are. And we'll go to the speed test. Now, the service is supposed to be like 520 kilobits per second, but as you can see, I'm getting quite a bit more. It is a fairly new service, so I'm not sure how their throttling works. Maybe it is something that they're still tweaking. Look at that, I'm at 150 megabits per second. This is actually very, very fast. Now, if I go outside to a external browser and do the same test, so I just did a test here before on Test My Net, it was 121 kilobits. It's very, very slow, but I'll also do it on fast.com. So even just starting the test is extremely slow. So outside of the Kite browser, the speed is heavily throttled, and it looks here it's 120 kilobits per second. It's extremely slow. Whereas within the Kite browser, you can see it's 170 megabits, so it's much, much faster. Now, that is sort of the downside of this. Now, for example, on InstaBridge, you do have a limited amount of data, like 1 gigabyte per month. You can use it outside of their system, like use other browsers and other apps, and you get regular speeds, but you have limited amount of data. On Kite, you get unlimited amounts of data, so there's no limit on the data as long as you're using the Kite browser. But that's also, they want you within this browser, so other apps don't work outside. They do work, but they're extremely slow. If you want like regular speeds, you do have to use the Kite browser. So if you want to see other sites besides what you see here within their ecosystem, they're basically it's like a news site. Like, say, for example, if you want to go to like Google News, you do have to just go through their search browser, and then you will get to their site. And basically, it just works like any kind of Google search. So if I want to find CNN, over here. So other sites do work. You just have to do the search within the Kite browser. So just be aware of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want some free data, you don't have to pay for data outside of being connected to Wi-Fi. This is one to check out. Obviously, the limitation is you have to use it within this Kite app. But other than that, it's unlimited data, and it seems to be pretty fast. So I think it's definitely worth checking out if you don't mind using a service that's advertiser-based. So you may get blasted with ads occasionally, although as you can see, as I've been using it, it hasn't been that bad. I haven't really seen too many ads other than the ones that are shown on the initial page on the Kite browser. Okay, so I'll link their website. You can check out more information about it down in the description. Kind of comments, questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.